Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
General Hospital spoilers. Portia demands another paternity test? Portia Robinson couldn't disguise her dismay as she disclosed her paternity test results. Portia was hoped Dr. Isaiah Gannon was her baby daddy, but unfortunately Curtis Ashford is the proud parent. The pregnant doctor was plainly upset with the results. Will she take another test, simply do double-check? DNA doesn't lie, but doctors do, seeing as how all three prospective parents had access to the hospital where the test was taken. It's really extremely plausible the findings were tampered with. But did someone meddle with Portia Robinson's baby's DNA test, or is this simply her wishful thinking? It's actually a bit hypocritical that Portia Robinson would want a second test, given as how her justification for not obtaining the first one was it was risky for the baby. Portia fought the initial paternity test so hard that Curtis Ashford threatened to take her to see a judge and seek a court order, and then she eventually relented. Now, she wants a second one since she didn't like the initial results? What if Portia already tampered with the results? It's no secret Portia wanted Isaiah to be the father, not Curtis Ashford. Maybe the reason she is so unhappy by the test results is because she had already modified them. Imagine Portia's horror if she tampered with the test to make Isaiah the father, and then someone walked in behind her and interfered again and made Curtis the father. According to General Hospital spoilers, Portia's paternity test results plotline is far from ended. Multiple sources have claimed there's another twist coming. Is it because Portia does a second test and that one names Isaiah as the father? Is Curtis actually the father? GH spoilers. Spinelli pops the question, wants to lock Maxie down before Nathan reunion? General Hospital teasers indicate Maxie Jones' dramatic homecoming from a 9-month coma will be bittersweet for Damian Spinelli. Spinelli and Maxie experienced a lovely reunion when she woke up, but he knows all might change when she finds out her husband Nathan West is alive. Does Spinelli have a trick left up his sleeve to attempt to rescue his relationship? Spinelli thinks he's loving Maxie. Maxie knows that Nathan is alive, and being as how they have a boy together, she is going to have to deal with him on a daily basis. General Hospital spoilers show Spinelli's anxieties are likely to start to take a toll. Maxie and Spinelli have always had a comfortable and lovely connection. But Maxie and Nathan had chemistry and desire. Can her nerdy first love compete with that? According to General Hospital teasers, Spinelli has every cause to be anxious about Maxie and her not-so-dead spouse. Will a ring save his relationship? General Hospital spoilers say Spinelli could try to get ahead of things and put a ring on it before Maxie and Nathan meet face to face with the mother. It will probably be a few days before Maxie is cleared from a hospital in Boston and permitted to travel home to Port Charles. Spinelli can take advantage of that opportunity to reconnect with Maxie and maybe even drop the question. If Maxie is engaged when she returns home, maybe she and Nathan won't hit the sheets. But, when has an engagement ring ever halted an affair on daytime TV? Are you pulling for Spinelli? Do you believe he and Maxie belong together? Or will she dump him like a hot potato for Nathan West? GH spoilers. Pascal's dire plan for Lucas backfires, meets his demise? General Hospital rumors reveal that Pascal may have a deadly plot for Lucas Jones, but it might backfire, leading another character leave. As fans may recall, Pascal observed Lucas at the door listening to an embarrassing discussion between Marco Rios and Jen Sidwell, so he knows that the good doctor is onto them. Pascal will take action, but will this deadly strategy backfire on him by murdering off another character? Lucas Jones is in too deep. General Hospital spoilers know that Lucas is in too deep. During the Friday, February 13th broadcast, he approached Marco on the Windmere parapet, and it appears like they are going to combat during the Monday, February 16th show. With that stated, since Lucas now knows too much, so will Marco turn to Pascal to assist handle his soon-to-be ex-boyfriend? Pascal was likely the one to kidnap Anna Devane. As fans know, she was held hostage at Spoon Island in the catacombs. Will Lucas suffer the same fate? Will Marco Rios be the one hurt in the end? General Hospital spoilers remind fans that Adrian Anchondo wasn't included in the current casting images that were posted, which has raised some suspicions. Is Marco on his way out? If the ABC soap desired a startling exit during February sweeps, they might utilize a character like Marco to achieve this outcome. Could Pascal do anything to try to kill Lucas, only for Marco to be the one to endure that fate? If the butler failed on a task, while also causing his boss's kid to meet his fate, Pascal would be a goner himself. With that stated, The entire incident would also add fuel to the fire as Sidwell's sketchiness is concerned and might push the criminal to delve that much deeper as he pursues revenge on Lucas. Maybe Pascal shoots Marco instead of Lucas? Causes an explosion where Lucas escapes, but Marco doesn't? Either way, things might become extremely messy for the butler/henchman if this happens. Is Marco on his way out? Comment your ideas below. GH rumors, is Alex Devane moonlighting as her twin Anna again? Longtime General Hospital watchers are acquainted of the tale of two Annas on the ABC soap series. The authors have tagged in Anna Devane's twin sister Alex Devane in many plots throughout the decades. What if the reason Anna is acting so bizarre is because it's not Anna at all? Anna Devane's bizarre behavior missing Anna Devane was eventually discovered on General Hospital, but she's not in good health. Last week Anna's granddaughter paid her a visit in the facility where she's being treated for having a mental breakdown, and she could barely make heads or tails of what her grandma was saying. General Hospital spoilers claim Jason Morgan is on the case, and will probably be paying Anna a visit sooner or later. Stone Cold is shocked that such a strong and tough agent crumbled under strain and doesn't even know who she is or what year it is. In fact, that's something he never dreamed would happen to Anna Devane. Maybe, it happened because it's not Anna Devane? Is Alex Devane back? It has been 6 years since Anna Devane shot and killed her twin sister, but her corpse went off a boat and was officially never discovered. For those of you who don't recall Anna's wicked twin, Alex's reign of terror ended in 2020 when she was assumed dead. Since 1999 Alex pursued her sister and impersonated her, she even kept her captive at one time so that she might take her life. If Alex Devane is being confused for Anna and is in the mental unit, that means the actual Anna Devane is still missing. That would explain Anna's strange conduct in the hospital. Do you think the authors could be bringing Anna's twin back again? GH Spoilers Weekly Update, Luke Memories, Tracy's Face-Off, Maxie Reacts. General Hospital spoilers have been posted for the week of February 16, 2026. It sounds like it will be an interesting week. Everyone remembers Luke Spencer. Tracy Quartermaine has a hazardous confrontation. Plus, Maxie Jones finds out that Nathan West is alive. Maxie Jones reacts. Let's begin off this piece with Maxie. Fans watched as Maxie abruptly came up from her coma. After getting caught up on significant events, Maxie was left alone with Felicia Scorpio. At the end of last Friday's episode, Maxie found that Nathan was alive. So when the next week begins up, Maxie will demand specifics. She will wonder how that is possible and where Nathan has been all this time. Maxie will also find out that Nathan has been spending time with Nathan. Although Maxie loved Nathan so deeply, may she wake up knowing that something isn't right? Tracy Quartermaine's dangerous confrontation next up. Let's speak about Tracy. It is reported that the woman would have a heated encounter with Sidwell. However, fans know that Sidwell is a smooth talker with a potentially deadly side. Tracy is violent and aggressive too. So, let's see what happens. Carly Spencer suspicious General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 16th show that Carly Spencer grows suspicious. Surprisingly, Carly seems to have an issue with Brick. The blonde informs Jason Morgan that according to Sonny Corinthos, Brick has no motive. Carly informs Jason that she doesn't believe this. Marco Rios twist. There is also Lucas Jones and Marco Rios. Just as fans feared, Lucas would see and hear too much living at Windmere. It's not Sidwell or Pascal who deal with Lucas though. It's Marco who does it. In a teaser clip, Lucas tries to escape out of Windmere. However, Marco grabs his girlfriend and vows he's not going anywhere. What more to expect? As for what more to expect, Rick Lansing and Elizabeth Liz Baldwin have a date. Britt Westbourne urgently cautions Lisa Lobrecht. Christina Corinthos Davis pushes Cody Bell. Will the man ever recognize he overreacted to Molly Lansing Davis manuscript? Dante Falconeri has an admission to make to Michael Corinthos. A bit later, Michael winds up on the hot seat. Also, everyone in Port Charles will remember the late Luke Spencer. As General Hospital's Lucas and Marco hit the skids, it's all systems go for him and his real-life soap star boyfriend. Okay, hit the skids might not be precisely the proper phrasing for what General Hospital's Lucas and Marco are going through right now. Because Carly's brother, after months of defending Marco to her, has now learned the cold hard truth about his boyfriend. Marco relocated them into Windmere since he's in it up to here with Dad Sidwell and his sinister ambitions. But then just yesterday, Lucas seemed to soften when Marco played the I want justice for my dead mother game and swore to keep Brit safe. Oh Lucas, have you learnt nothing? Let's hope this isn't him just shrugging off Marco's actions. Fortunately, in the real world, Adrian Acondo is nothing like Marco and is, in fact, a fantastic boyfriend. In fact, he went all out on Instagram for his lover, Days of Our Lives Colton Little, starting with the Days of Our Hospital soap opera cover spread. Sure, it was altered, but it's still a piece of beauty. We said we wouldn't make a big deal about a made-up holiday, and Chondo said, but Happy Valentine's Day to my romantic lead, my ride-or-die cowboy, my real-life Disney prince, and the little boy made for me in the stars. Love you, Colty. We may not have gotten an exclusive interview from the two like the soap cover promised, but flip through the photos and you will see quite the love story, from Disney to teddy bears and everything in between. And Little, of course, summed up their connection in his own essay, saying, pinching myself daily and kissing him as often as I can manage. Finally discovered a nerd as goofy as me. You just can't beat matching dorkiness. So whether or not Lucas and Marco's love survives the lies, the machinations and the sinister schemes remains to be seen. But outside of Port Charles, and Chondo is doing more than fine in the love department. Maxie's emotional return collides with Nathan's haunting mystery and Spinelli's growing fears. General Hospital spoilers. Maxie's homecoming fills the promo with warmth and worry. The preview starts with Maxie going back into her house, and the excitement is overpowering. James stands near, while Spinelli keeps tight to her side, trying hard to settle his emotions. Bailey runs into Maxie's arms, and the reunion makes a reassuring start to the eventful week ahead. Yet the nice atmosphere abruptly transforms when the film cuts to Liesl in a hospital corridor. She appears invigorated as she tells Nathan that Maxie is awake. Their tangled friendship returns to the forefront, and viewers understand that Liesl wants more than basic updates. She wants a genuine family rebirth that rewrites previous pain. Liesl pushes Nathan toward a reunion that feels too big to handle. Liesl's moments give the trailer its tremendous emotional weight. Her voice stays solid as she talks to Nathan about fate, timing, and the power of love. She thinks Maxie and Nathan belong together. The remarks fall hard, generating pressure that Nathan may not be ready to confront. The teaser then cuts back to the party footage. Nathan stands close to James and Georgie, and the kids' delight builds tension around his reluctant presence. The moment seems wonderful, but the worry in Nathan's eyes warns that this reunion might shatter as fast as it forms. General Hospital spoilers. Spinelli fears his family will break apart again. Spinelli seems frightened in the following segment of the ad. He confides in a brunette, likely Brooke Lynn, saying he may lose Maxie and his entire family. His dread is real, and the sequence lends emotional depth to the evolving plot. Spinelli definitely detects a shift that he cannot control. As his remarks resonate, the movie swings back to Nathan at Maxie's welcome home celebration. The contrast between Maxie's enjoyment and Spinelli's fear intensifies the stakes. It becomes evident that the week will test old friendships, hidden sentiments, and fragile hope. The tensions are growing rapidly, and the commercial pulls into that force. Lulu's worry signals trouble before Maxie's shocked reaction. Lulu enters the scene next, and her worried countenance conveys a warning. She remains frozen, eyes full of horror, as the scene fades into Maxie wondering, what? The question feels loaded. It hints that Maxie will encounter a fact she did not expect, and it might affect her entire route ahead. The mystery regarding Lulu's scenes generates curiosity. Her anxiety may connect into Nathan's reappearance, Maxie's precarious rehabilitation, or a threat hidden elsewhere. Whatever the cause, the commercial makes one thing plain. The tranquility surrounding Maxie's return will not last long. General Hospital spoilers. A graveyard mystery closes the promo with chilling suspense. The closing minutes strike swiftly. Nathan stands alone at a graveyard, staring at his own gravestone. The artwork feels creepy and meaningful. Then a shadow emerges behind him. The unidentified stalker approaches nearer, and the ad cuts out before exposing the face. The risk is genuine, and the threat appears very personal. This cliffhanger alters the tone from emotional to frightening. It leaves viewers wondering who is targeting Nathan and how this threat will affect Maxie's recuperation, Spinelli's anxieties, and the fragile equilibrium in Port Charles. The promo promises a week packed with intrigue, romance, and growing tension. Elizabeth was surprised when Rick took her to the axe-throwing place. Elizabeth Baldwin was taken aback when Rick Lansing brought her to an axe-throwing range for their date. He stated that Molly suggested it as a pleasant spot, then checked his phone for a table at the Metro Court, implying she may prefer that. Taking it as a challenge to demonstrate she could have fun, Liz went to fetch alcohol. As they toasted, Liz thought maybe she should emphasize fun. Rick hit a bullseye but lost his balance while celebrating and collapsed. Liz ran to help Rick up off the floor. Liz ran over to assist him, and they had a pleasant moment. As he climbed to his feet, Rick grinned and added that he had truly missed the sound of Liz's laughing. In answer, she said that she hadn't spent such a beautiful evening in a very long time. "Stick with me, kid. We'll have these types of nights more frequently," he playfully quipped. "I think I just might," was her playful reply. Rick then moved over and put a kiss on Liz, an act that did not go unnoticed by Molly, who had just arrived with Christina. Jacinda and Michael threw axes too. Jacinda Bracken brought Michael Corinthos on a date where they enjoyed throwing axes together, and she displayed her exceptional aim. When it was Michael's time, Jacinda playfully advised that he visualized Drew Kane's melon head as his goal. After beating him, she jokingly chastised Michael for his remarkably bad performance in the game. He then lost a bet to Jacinda, since he couldn't discriminate between quality and well whiskies, handing her a favor to repay later. Meanwhile, Christina witnessed their provocative conversations from across the room. Carly caught up with Jason at the Brown Dog. When Spinelli called while having drinks with Jason Morgan at the Brown Dog, Carly Spencer grumbled about the custody bargain Michael struck with Willow Kane, which she believed was too lenient. She also indicated her skepticism of Rick, who was representing Michael. Jason was startled Carly was venting to him instead of criticizing Michael, and she quipped, "I think you're rubbing off on me." Jason's phone pinged with a message from Spinelli, who demanded to see him. Spinelli soon came and brought excellent news regarding Maxie. Carly withdrew to allow the men converse, and Spinelli stated his fears that Maxie would return to Nathan. Oh no, General Hospital's Nathan isn't Faison or Peter but... Spoiler? Ever since General Hospital pulled Nathan out of his tomb, fans have been theorizing right, left and center that he's not actually Maxie's late spouse but an imposter. Many of us have assumed that he's Daddy Dearest Faison roaming about in one of those masks that changes not only one's facial characteristics but height and voice to boot. We've also speculated whether the investigator is really half-brother Peter after a whole lot of cosmetic surgery or something. Now though, a new notion has sprouted up that may be even more scary than the others. Is Nathan really Stavros? Were Nathan secretly Faison, he'd be all about Anna, and she's already up to her earlobes in anguish courtesy of that villain's last scheme. Were Nathan truly Peter, he'd undoubtedly have utilized sci-fi wizardry to quickly wake up Maxie to reconcile with her. Although she'd want nothing to do with Peter, Nathan is another matter. So who does that leave Nahum's look-alike to be? Stavros Cassadine, that's who. Yes, Helena's kid has perished, but so has Jason. A voyage to the afterlife is useless in Port Charles. Given the baddie's lengthy fixation with previous wife Laura, and subsequently her kid Lulu, Nathan being Stavros tracks. For once, he's played his cards well and has moved gently forward with his age-old scheme, to have an heir with Lulu. History repeating itself. You'll recall that the previous time Stavros wreaked havoc on Port Charles, he sought to force Lulu to have his kid but, sci-fi mumbo-jumbo being hella difficult, wound up getting her pregnant with Valentine's. This time around, he may be utilizing his new face and body to conceive a baby with Lulu the old-fashioned manner, all the more to add to her shock when his actual identity is discovered. That said, Marco claimed he'd surrendered on getting more connected with Sidwell's job because of Sonny, who he still hated for Natalia Ramirez's tragedy. Marco urged Lucas to position himself in the same circumstances, so Lucas responded that he'd pursue justice. However, that was different from the revenge that Marco was craving. Since Lucas advised that Marco couldn't have both him and Payback, Marco selected Lucas, though he claimed he had to wrap up this assignment with Sidwell first. Lucas clutched Marco's hand and embraced him, but he still glanced anxious over Marco's shoulder. General Hospital spoilers suggest more danger is emerging in Lucas and Marco's scheme, so stay tuned. Molly explained her choice and blamed Christina for placing her in a difficult spot with Cody by erasing the manuscript. Christina apologized for interrupting, and Molly accepted. They invited Alexis to join axe throwing, but Alexis said no. Brooke Lynn and Chase celebrated Valentine's Day at the Brown Dog Bar. A glowing Brooke Lynn Quartermaine Chase eagerly welcomed her sweetie, Harrison Chase, with a wonderful kiss. She then enthusiastically presented the news of Maxie coming up from her coma. Their chat ultimately strayed back to the holiday as they affectionately recalled their prior Valentine's days spent together. While chatting about the love difficulty that Maxie was now navigating, having to make a choice between Nathan and Damien, Spinelli, Brooklyn assured Chase that her heart would always pick him. They shared another kiss. Jason encouraged Spinelli about Maxie, then Albrecht joined him after Jason left. Jason encouraged Spinelli, reminding him that Maxie selected him. Spinelli believed she only chose him because Nathan was unavailable. About Jason indicated she may surprise him. Just then, Jason received an anonymous text with emojis of a boat, a snowflake, and a heart. After Jason departed, Albrecht approached Spinelli at the bar and requested a schnapps. She congratulated him for his commitment to Maxie and her family, but stated his efforts were no longer needed now that Nathan was returned. Spinelli seemed sad, but when Albrecht remarked real love always finds a way, he agreed and they clinked glasses. Britt and Jason had a romantic evening. Britt's face lighted up with excitement as Jason entered inside the cabin, his victory clear in having solved the emoji riddles she had given him. They disclosed both the name of his messenger and the place he needed to go.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.